The brothers were amazed and said, "Wow, you're so clever. Now we are your slaves." The horseman took them to his house and gave them separate tasks. He told one, "Serve my mother. Not even a fly should touch her." To the second, "Feed the oxen." To the third, "Harvest the crop." And to the fourth, "Look after the sheep and goats." The one serving the mother sat with a stick, swatting flies. Whenever a fly landed, he struck hard. The poor old woman groaned in pain, but he continued. After many strikes, she died. When she fell silent, he thought she was asleep, covered her with a sheet, and sat aside. The ox-feeding brother thought, "This is hard work," so he shoved their heads into haystacks, suffocating them. The crop-harvesting brother thought, "This is long work." To finish quickly, he set the field on fire, thinking the wheat would roast itself. Meanwhile, dogs attacked the sheep. The fourth brother thought villagers hadn't fed them, so the dogs were eating. Instead of stopping them, he said, "Fine, let God's will be done." When the horseman returned, he first went to his mother. Under the sheet, she lay silent. Removing it, he saw her face bloody. He wept bitterly. Then he checked the oxen, finding their heads cut and buried. The field was ashes. The sheep were gone. Seeing this, he held his head in despair. Then, calming himself, he said, "Fine, you are fools. I forgive you." He ordered, "Go dig a grave, deep as an ear." The brothers went. One struck the ground with a spade. Another placed his ear down and said, "This grave is already deeper than an ear." They thought, "The horseman is angry. If the grave is too deep, he'll get madder." So they left it half done and went home, saying it was finished. The horseman asked, "Did you dig it yourselves?" They said, "Yes, sir. It was easy." The horseman doubted. "It takes time to dig a grave. How did you finish so quickly? Show me." They returned to the graveyard but couldn't find the grave. Finally, one said, "Here, this ear-deep grave." The horseman shouted angrily, "Fools! I meant a grave deep as an ear's height, not a handful of dirt." He ordered, "Bring my mother's body. I'll dig myself." The brothers set off, carrying the old woman's body on a cot. But on the way, she fell off. They didn't notice and reached the graveyard with an empty cot. The horseman asked, "Where is my mother?" They stammered, "Sir, we brought her, but on the way she ran away. Now the cot is empty." The horseman thought, "How can a corpse run away?" He roared, "Find her or I'll bury you instead." The brothers rushed out. Soon they saw an old woman gathering wood. They accused her, "You were gathering wood here while your son threatens to bury us alive." Without thinking, they grabbed her and laid her on the cot. She screamed and struggled, but they carried her to the graveyard. She kept shouting she was innocent, but they ignored her. When the horseman saw her, he realized the mistake. The poor woman trembled in fear. He apologized, saying, "These fools lost my mother's body and brought you instead." He himself searched and finally found his mother's body, buried her with respect, and released the innocent woman, apologizing sincerely. Fed up with the foolish brothers, he scolded them harshly and finally kicked them out of his house forever. The four brothers returned to their village, disgraced, foolish, and still unwise. Their lives were never the same again.